Hello everybody and welcome back to more of the Agent series where we're continuing on with Alderaan within Chapter 1. Yeah, that was one of those really rare little cutscene things that doesn't have any voice acting whatsoever. I don't know why. I mean, they probably could have very easily have done it, but they didn't. Instead, they just gave us a ton of exposition through text, which is unfortunate because this game has enough text that you have to read already. I want voice acting.
Agent, it's good to see you. Yes, we apologize. The nest has been invigorated by star dancing. If you could smell the pheromones, you'd understand our restlessness.
If I start understanding, I know it's time to leave.
There's nothing to be concerned about. The hive is growing, and we all benefit. We even have a gift for you. These orbs contain white membrosia, rare nectar produced by our givers. Pull back the wax and sip. You'll find it gives strength and healing.
Yummy. Mass-produce these and we could make a fortune.
Once the nest expands, we'll consider a proposal. In any case, how's the search for Denry Ale?
I found records in the older estate, but I'm not sure what to make of them.
This is perplexing. It looks like Ale funded the destruction of the Dominator and the assassination of Darth Jadus. But the rest is very odd. Have you shown this to Baron Pear?
I was hoping I wouldn't need to.
Baron Pear may see nuances we don't. We've mentioned our difficulty with human personalities. We'll be on alert, should you need anything else. The nest embraces our unity.
Okay, so first things first, gotta get this out of the way because it's really weird. Were the Killiks mating or something? Because that's gross. That's gross, Vector. That's gross. We don't want to know about any of that. Second thing, my character looks awesome. Every time I see him on Alderaan, I go, I really love that outfit. I've played through quite a bit of this story so far with the character. I've stopped roughly around the end of Chapter 2, but of all the outfits I've used, this is the coolest one. And lastly, going to have to go talk back to the people of this house. They're not fun to talk to, but maybe we can liven it up a bit, possibly get some information out of them that we need.
Welcome back. I'll let the Baron know you're here.
My dear, you shouldn't concern yourself with trifling details.
I am concerned. This house needs all I can give, not just my gardening skills.
Enough, we'll speak later. Ah, the mercenary captain. I hope you're enjoying your visit to Alderaan. But if you're here about Denry Ale, I must disappoint. I've been gathering information, yet I cannot locate him with any certainty.
This data from House Alder might help.
These records, they are the pieces of a puzzle my own sources left incomplete. It appears that some weeks ago, Master Ale arranged a secret meeting with House Rist. That meeting is doubtless occurring as we speak.
Ael's not meeting with anyone. He's hiding.
I defer to your judgment. Still, be cautious. House Rist is a stain upon the nobility. A house of slayers and poisoners. I suggest you wait for Denry Ael's return. A month, perhaps 2. Don't earn the Rist assassins' ire by interfering in their affairs.
Unfortunately, my mission is urgent.
I admire your energy, but these games should be played with caution. Confronting Rist will do no good. Now, I must cut this discussion short. I have other matters to attend to. See to our guest, my lady. Make certain Cortes' hospitality remains second to none.
I'm sorry about my husband. He's a busy man, and a brave one. Just not brave enough to confront the House Rist.
Care to explain that?
Everything the Baron said about Rist is true. They are a stain on society, and a foe of Cortes. We live in fear of their blades. But you found our lost patrol, stole Denry Ael's records.
You have no idea the things I can do.
I can imagine. The Baron won't listen to my ideas. But you could show him the meaning of bravery. You could show all the houses that defying Rist isn't hopeless. Find Denry Ael, fight the assassins, change things for all of us.
I can't refuse such a pretty face.
You're very kind. You know, it's a long journey. Join me in my chambers? We could get something to warm you before you go.
Cortes' hospitality really is second to none.
And there's a lot more to see. And when we're through, you can leave for Rist and take my hopes with you.
Man, talk about a cougar, and I'm not talking about the cat, you know what I mean? My character basically just wanted to try to get some information out of her. We'll see if that pays off in the end. Probably not, let's be honest. She doesn't really seem like she knows a whole lot about the entire thing. I do need to also mention that the Trellis of the Eidolon series went up yesterday, so if you wanted to read through that, it is up on the website, OSWnetwork.com. Also, the voting for the Dragon Age stuff is going very well. We now have the information that we need to know that we're going to be playing a rogue. We're going to be playing an elf, and it's going to be a a city elf is what won. And then now I'm determining whether or not I should play a melee rogue, which, you know, does 2 one-handed weapons, which is pretty sweet, or a ranger, which is in Dragon Age 1, it's less clunky than the melee, but it's also more boring because you're just sitting back shooting arrows. So go to the website and vote for which one you would rather see. Personally, I'd probably rather do the melee. I've never really done the ranger just because I don't find it all that fun. But you guys have been voting for this, so it's obviously what you guys want to see. And either way, I'm just going to make it as entertaining as I possibly can because you're having someone who's really experienced in the Dragon Age games playing through. So it's actually the first game that I've played through, or will be playing through from start to finish for you guys, that I actually know a lot about. Let's exclude Star Wars. This doesn't really count, right? Because the Agent story is probably the first story that I've played through. It is actually the first story that I've played through for the channel that I've played before. But Dragon Age is an entirely different beast because there's so many different decisions there that affect the entire game. I have a lot of experience with all of it and how to play and where all the secrets are and how to do all the DLCs and stuff like that. So it'll be really fun and really informative for those of you who haven't played the Dragon Age games. But go and vote on the website for me, please.
I was starting to wonder if we'd meet face to face. Welcome to House Rist. My name is Denry Ael, but of course you know that, and so much more, after stealing my records.
Pleasure to meet you, Master Ael.
Oh, and you. I hear you've been looking for me for some time. Did the Empire hire you, mercenary, or is there a bounty on my head? Not that it matters. When we heard you were on your way, I arranged for my friends at considerable expense to prepare a traditional Rist welcome.
Why don't I show you a traditional Imperial welcome instead?
And I'll show you how to die!
Great comeback. You nailed it, Danriel. You nailed it. Anyway, so just to kind of explain what's going on here, 'cause we haven't really talked about too much of it this episode. So basically what happened at the beginning when there was no voice acting is I went and stole his records and went through all of those. Then what happened is that it kind of led to a trail to him. I mean, we were looking for him anyways, but getting here allowed me to, you know, get to him so I can then get the information I need from him. But there's a bit of a snag. So he mentioned that I was probably a mercenary hired by the Empire, and my character just flat out said, no, I'm pretty much from the Empire. I am not just a mercenary from the Empire. I work for the Empire. This is what I do. You know, I am an Imperial Agent. He didn't say that directly, but all of that was pretty much implied in the entire thing. So what's going to happen is this fool runs away like a baby, right? And runs into this room, and now we have to take him out. That makes it a bit more difficult to find the information we need. However, it's not impossible for my agent, especially for my agent, because he's quite skilled at doing all of this. In fact, this is pretty easy for him. This is a bit of a walk in the park, especially for agent work. As you can probably tell, you've seen the stuff that happened in Tatooine with my character having to be incredibly clever. Stuff that even happened on Nar Shaddaa. This is pretty easy. This is like dealing with children, in his opinion. All these politicians on Alderaan have no idea what they're doing, and it's really nice because it's a bit of a vacation, considering the planet is quite beautiful, and he's been on very dark planets for a while.
You worthless filth! You may have killed me, but you can't take away what I've achieved. I worked for peace on Alderaan. I showed the houses how to settle their differences. What have you ever done for decent men?
I protect decent people from terrorists like you.
You blind fanatic. You never understand.
Damn, that's probably the best assassination my character has ever done. In fact, I think #1 assassination in all of the game. Even the Jedi-knight one where I push the people into the Dark Heart, this takes the cake.
Master Ael, I'm sorry to disturb, but this message must reach you in time. The situation's grown worse. The thorn in my side knows you're visiting House Rist, and I believe he'll soon give chase. He's dangerous, Denry. He's in league with my husband, and somehow gained access to your personal journals. You're going to need protection. I know the Rists aren't committed to working for us yet, but I hope you can convince them to help you. I'm sure you can sway them somehow. You've a way with words.
No sympathy from me, but she is totally a terrorist, and now we know that. So let us go make sure she gets what is coming to her.